I think people gain a tremendous amount of wisdom when they travel, when they wander, when they allow themselves, as I did, to get lost, and maybe you'll find yourself somewhere. Traveling forces you to be social. You have to get directions. You have to learn where things are. You're attuned to your environment. You have to be more careful about the weather and where your lodging is going to be, where you're going to eat, how you're going to get from one place to another. When you're there, what is it you want to see? How can you find a place for you to actually just rest? It's an experience like no other. I love to travel, just kind of exploring different places. And as long as you have a sense of the direction, you'll find your way. You'll figure it out.
Super producer wasn't so super tonight. She hit the wrong button, ladies and gentlemen. That's all right. We'll keep the party moving. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebranders Podcast brings you Stefani, Ivey, and Antoria Wright. We have a great show tonight. We're talking summertime fine travel time. It's going to be a great show. Hey, y'all, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also hit that share button tonight. We're going to talk travel. We're going to have fun. And also, for all of you who are on there in YouTube world, Facebook world, all the other worlds, be sure to put the comments of the questions that we ask, because we certainly want all y'all's participation. Are y'all ready to get the show started?
Let's do it.
All right. Anybody want to dance? Look, I see Nikki's into it. Look like Stefani want to, but showing,
There you go.
And count the groove. Yeah, this gonna hop on.
Coming up that way. It's coming up that way.
All right, y'all. Before we get started, let me say what's up to my crew. What's up, Ace? How you doing?
I'm good. How everybody doing out there in TV land, and everybody on the panel, ladies? Thank y'all for being here with us this evening. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with Rebranders.
You sound like Kanye West. What's up, Nikki? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm just over here cracking on Ace already. I'm doing well. How's everybody doing on Wednesday evening? Hi, Stefani. Welcome.
Hi.
Yastika, what's going on tonight?
Well, not a whole lot, brother. I'm relaxed. I'm free. So I'm doing great. Tired,
Just
but
hanging out.
how's everybody?
Sounds like she hanging out, y'all. With loose and fancy.
That's
What's
right.
up, Stefani? Back again for I think this is your third time on the show.
It is. It is.
Well, let me
Excited
introduce
to be here.
everybody. I'm going to introduce everybody to Stefani properly. First of all, she's from my hometown. We share some of the same people. She does a whole lot of traveling. She's been on several times on the show talking about travel. So that's very cool. She goes everywhere. I keep up with her on Facebook and all the other places. And she does so many of the most exotic things. And I'm like, now that's some cool stuff I don't want to do. But she's all over the place. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Stefani Ivey.
What's up with it, Steph?
Hey.
All right, below Stefani is an individual who was on here 2 weeks ago. She had some audio issues. She called me. She said she wanted to redeem herself. She's been on here 3 times herself, so technically 2.5 because 2 weeks ago didn't count. Ladies and gentlemen, she's been all over the place too. She's going to be able to participate in all of this stuff. My big sister, Antoria Wright. Put your hands together. Y'all, my big sister raised me. She did a whole lot of the participating in the race. She reared me. All right, y'all, before we get started, let's go to the comments. Deborah Goodson says, hello, Rebranders. What's up,
What's
Deborah
going on, Miss Goodson?
Hi.
What's going on, Miss Goodson?
Hello, my children. Edify Club, what's up, Rebranders family? Tony says, hi again. Rhonda says, hey, y'all. And then we got
Rhonda,
Kay
girl.
Ham.
What's up, everybody?
Crew.
Hey.
All right, y'all. As y'all saw, we saw what's his name? Brian Crampton. I think it's his name, Crampton. He also played Malcolm in the Middle and all those different shows. He had a little quick comment at the beginning of the show about the beauties of travel. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, too. All the beauties of travel. We're going to go ahead and get the show started. I'm going to throw the first question out there and just throw it out for everybody. Stefani, you and Antoria, if y'all go first, though. Do you travel to relax or do you travel to feel alive?
A little bit of both. It depends on how you what you've been going through in the last couple of weeks. Work is rough, so you need to get relaxed a little bit. But then also you want to go and have a good time because you've been working and parenting and so a little bit of both.
I agree. It's both. And what my friends and I do is we'll say, okay, what's the vibe for this trip? Like, what are we doing? Are we turning up? Are we chilling? Are we relaxing? Are we exploring? We kind of set that tone early, we don't limit ourselves to that. If we change our mind and want to, switch it up, we do that. But it's nice to go into it with the same mindset and just knowing what's the vibe for this trip.
Oh, see, whenever I travel, I just think, okay, this is where I want to go. I'm real scripted. It's like 3 times a year. I know I'm going here this time. What you think, Nikki? Do you travel to relax or do you travel to feel alive?
I would say a bit of both. So I used to travel quite a bit for my job, and it sounds kind of funny to put travel in job, but I had like a far-reaching. I had like East Coast accounts, so it was really nice because I would always build in some time. And I would always stay at the same hotel and build in some relaxing and some work time as well. So I'd say both.
Yashika?
I think I would say, I think to relax is what my mindset is when I start traveling, but it ends up being both. But I think when I go, when you think of vacations, you go to like relax. At least that's what I think is I want to go and relax because I work, especially the job that I do, I work so much. I try to go and relax, but it never ends up that way.
Question is, when you actually travel, do you get to relax? Do you just sit on the beach and do absolutely nothing? Because see, when I go, say, take New York or even Vegas, there's so much action going on. I can't ever relax, even if that's well, I guess you can't really go to New York to relax.
Those ain't relaxing places.
No, not at all.
Those are trips, not
Yeah, those are definitely trips.
You put your walking shoes on when you're going out. You lace them up, baby.
But if you go on a trip and you just lay around and you don't get to do anything that city that you don't live in gets to offer. So it's like you need to do a little bit of both.
You gotta balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood the beach people. Are y'all beach people?
I am. And I can't swim.
I'm not a lay on the beach for hours person. Like I need to be doing something. So I'll do it for a little while, but then it's like, okay, now what's next? Like
what's the action? Yeah,
let's move on. But I have a friend we leave her. Like she stays there at the beach and we're like, hit us up when you're done. And you can catch up with us. So do what you want. Everyone do what you want to do.
So you're a party, adventurous. What else? What's the third one?
Not party. I don't really party anymore. But I do like an adventure or just exploring. Like it doesn't have to be anything exciting, but I just want to see the city or see the country wherever I am. So even if it's just walking through, different areas, like I'll do that over just laying on the beach all day.
Let's go to the comment. Ace, I know you got to answer. Good evening, Deborah Collette. How you doing?
Yeah,
Adrian Rowland, Tiger said, "What's up, Rebranders?" What's up, Carla? How you doing? She says, "Hey,
everybody."
Chris Wright says, "Oh, my bad. I travel to get out of an everyday routine." And Deborah Goodson says, 2 hours on the beach is long enough.
Point two.
Point two. Oh, yeah. I'm
listening. Or two.
That point is very important to that sentence.
Point two is
very important. Yeah.
Hard to relax when traveling. My wife plans so many events that you just have to wake up early each day.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Ace, what's your answer to that question?
I like the adventure. I go to see stuff. I mean, definitely gonna get some relaxation in there, but I'm going for the adventure and experience, which I do love the beach though, because I was new to the real beach, so I will stay a little. I can do about 4 hours.
Me too.
Just chilling on the beach, taking it all in, not getting in the water at all. But I can swim. It's just I don't know what's in there.
All right, for those of you who are watching, stay tuned. In about 6 minutes, Stephanie is going to tell us her top 5 places that she likes to travel. But you know what? One of the things she did, we made a video for that too. And she said in the video, which I edited out, that sometimes she travels alone. Okay, so my question is, and all the different things that you can learn if you travel alone, right? My question next is, would you rather travel alone or would you rather travel with people? And why?
With people.
I prefer to travel with people, but I'm not waiting for the people. So if I want to go somewhere and no one else wants to go, no one else is available, no one's free, I will go by myself. And there's a lot of benefits in that. Because some places I wanted to go, my friends had already been there, so it wasn't high up on their list of places to go. So it kept getting pushed to the back burner. So I'm like, okay, I just got to go by myself. And you learn a lot about yourself. You learn about like what is really important to you when you're traveling, when you're not having to compromise or take other people's wants into consideration.
You know what I don't like? I don't like women traveling by themselves. It's just
I didn't want to
scary.
get beat. I didn't want to get beat up, but I'd be so scared. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. So traveling by yourself, I know you do, but now when you're by yourself, do you kind of take in consideration where you're going?
Yeah, I'm limited. Like I'm not going to be out late by myself. It does suck as women that we can't just have the freedom that men have to just be able to roam freely. So yeah, you do have to be more cautious and kind of limit the things that you do.
It's kind of the same with men. You know, I got a little stomach on me, so in certain countries, I'm a prize. Gotta be careful. Roll up in the van, 5 women snatch me off the street.
They snatching the men off the streets. Okay.
Yeah.
They laughing because he was so generous with that word little. Antoria, Yashika, and Nikki, y'all travel for work a lot. Is it the same when you travel by yourself for work? Or I guess you kind of travel in groups. Maybe it's a group of people on a plane, and maybe you're on the plane by yourself and you get to the destination with a lot of people. Is it the same? Not all at once.
Like for me, when I travel, like I have to travel not a week or two from now. To me, I don't want to like hang out with. I think it depends on who you're going with, right? Because these are people from work. I know them from work, from that space. I don't want to hang with them outside of that space. So technically, I believe that I'm traveling alone.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, and if I go and have dinner or whatever, I don't want to sit and break bread with you like that. I see y'all all. No disrespect to y'all if you want.
I love that you said that, Yashika, because I'm again balanced. I hate to be on both sides, but yeah, if I'm traveling for work, I do not like, or I used to didn't like meeting up colleagues from who are coming in.
Sometimes okay, but not the whole time.
Yeah, from other places, because like Yashika said, like I want to have my time in the hotel when I'm not working. I want to go get my own dinner and not have to go to a restaurant that everybody else wants to go to. I don't want to go to. But if it's not for a job, then yeah, definitely let's go somewhere.
I always take my husband. I like traveling with either my parents, my brother, kids. But even when I travel for work, my husband, I always find a way to make it where he can go.
That's good.
So like I went to California for work and I'm like, hey, I need you to come with me. So we always find a way for him to come.
Okay.
Jason Toby Hall says,
Oh,
traveling
Jack.
alone remove the expectations of having to make sure the others are okay and what they might want to do. Speaking from a man's point of view only. What's up, Jason? How you doing? All right, y'all. We almost have a break coming up in about another minute. So about 30 seconds, I'm going to throw this question out, okay? Just 30 seconds each. Piggybacking on that last one. What matters more, who you travel with or where you go?
It's definitely who you're with. The wrong travel partner can ruin the best location. So it's always about who you're with.
Yeah, you can be in
You in paradise and got into a fist fight.
Yeah. If you can go to the wrong place with the right people and have a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's why you can go to your dream place and it'll be a nightmare. So yeah, I agree with you on that. I've done that before in work situations. Deborah Collette says, I love traveling with my daughter. She kissing somebody behind over here, I believe.
So cute. She cute. She's saying it's real nice.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, Stephanie's gonna tell us her top 5 places. Let's go, Sydney.
You hating on my energy. I don't think you wanna be my enemy. I pop out, they go out, so celebrity. Too busy winning, I forgot that I got friend of me.
The group Journey.
They put on a great concert.
But does anybody on here know a song by Journey?
Don't Stop Believing.
Yashika, what song would that be?
Same as Zach.
So you know this too good.
I know all of them. What I don't know is Dolomite.
Who? Dolomite, mother.
The Wiz.
It's kryptonite. It's kryptonite.
And Giant Turkey.
Just hang loose, blood. She gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama raised no dummies. I duck a rap.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey was voted the #1 song of all time.
How do we go?
Don't stop.
Come on.
Come on, 3 up here.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong. Y'all feel about it?
Actually wrong.
Billie Jean.
Dream On by Aerosmith.
Nah, bro.
Living on a Prayer.
We Are the World.
The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Bye, Felicia.
Wow, that's a good song. Man.
My Black Car Gotta Go. It's a good song. Other songs probably know the Eagles.
The Beatles. Do
Absolutely. Come together.
What about Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah.
It's kryptonite. It's kryptonite.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to Rebranded Podcast. Summertime fine, travel time, right? All right, Stephanie, before we went to the break, we said we wanted to hear your top 5 places that you like to go to, possibly around the world. See, mine is going to be just around the state because I've never left the state of Texas. So before you, I'm going to let you think about yours. I like Greenville, Texas. Greenville is just hot, right? And then I like Rockwall. I like to sit at the lake. It's amazing. Oh, and then I almost went to San Antonio, but I had a flat in Waxahachie. So I don't even know if I was going the right way, but maybe I don't know. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie is going to tell us her top 5 places that she likes to go to.
Okay, that's hard. Okay, top 5, I would say in no particular order.
No.
I would say Thailand, Turks and Caicos.
Damn.
St. Martin. That was just like a week ago, but it was great. I love St. Martin. Madrid. It was just very different from any place that I've ever been before. How many is that? 4?
It's 4.
And Panama.
Give us an honorable mention. Go ahead. Give us an honorable mention.
Gotta be Greenville.
I feel like Mexico needs to an honorable mention just because they held us down during COVID when no one else would take us. Mexico was letting us in, so we went to Mexico a lot during that time frame. So I guess they'll get the honorable mention.
Good.
Very good. Well, one time when I was on my way to San Antonio, I read something about Madrid, and it was exciting. All right, let's go to the comments real quick. Deborah Goodson says, Stephanie, you are having a good life.
That's right.
See, I don't know if she meant point 2 earlier now.
Yeah, I see.
Because it say point Stephanie.
Yeah.
All right, and Mellow Shield. What's up, Melanie? How you doing?
Hey, what's going
She
on?
said, I love traveling with my 5-year-old granddaughter, Nashville, Las Vegas, and Florida. Speaking of which, everyone else put your top 5 or top 3 in the comments. Before we move on to the next question, Nikki, give me your top 2.
I would say, oh my gosh, you caught me on that one. I'd say my top 2 are San Francisco and maybe Mexico. Not really, but maybe.
Okay. Yashika?
Nairobi.
Ooh.
See the maiden of the wildebeest?
Uh-huh.
That's an old Cosby Show episode, y'all. Don't worry about it.
You see, I don't interrupt when you notice y'all notice I don't interrupt when others talk. You notice that?
I'm asking you.
Whenever I start talking, pay attention, Stephanie. And just pay attention because it happens a lot. He can't even help himself. So
Look,
just watch.
Can you tell us about Nairobi, please?
She was trying.
Yeah. So I would say Nairobi and Amsterdam.
Nice. Fancy. Ace?
Playa del Carmen and South Dallas in the wintertime.
You know what? That's my fourth, actually. Antoria, we'll come back to yours here in just a little bit. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get back to the questions. But before we do, Dre Gilbert says, everybody have the Rebranders t-shirt. I am waiting on mine to travel me in Florida. Okay, yeah, we'll send you one. But Dread, Tony Goodson says, Adrian Rowland says, the trip to North Carolina was epic. Y'all, we have a movie coming out. It's called tells all about that. All right, y'all, do you think travel exposes your true personality?
Oh.
No, you take you wherever you go. It's gonna be the same everywhere you go. If you're gonna be boring at home, you're gonna be boring on the trip. If you got a bad attitude at home, you have a bad attitude on the trip. You are you wherever you go.
If you broke at home, you're gonna be broke on the trip. Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. That's very true.
You make it to and from with $100.
Hey, and came back with 40.
Y'all giving away the game here in a little bit. What do you think, Ace? Do you think travel exposes your true personality?
No, I agree with them. You are who you are. You take it, you take it there with you, whatever. But I think what it does do sometimes, if you're traveling and you're at especially like a beautiful place, something like that, it'll expose you to yourself. It's kind of like a mirror. Like, why am I acting like this? And we heard, So I think that can happen.
Very good, very good. All right, y'all. Well, like I said earlier, we got some stories we're gonna tell. So what we're gonna do now? Actually, you know what? Sydney hit it, then I'll explain.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time!
All right, Tony Goodson says the trip to Super Handy in Sulphur Springs, Kalamazoo, Michigan, says Deborah.
My favorite place ever.
Mello says true, and I believe it balances you, says Dre Gilbert. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this quick game, and what this game is, everybody that you see on the screen is gonna tell one story for 30 seconds or less. You can't have them too long. And after 30 seconds, what you, the audience, and the rest of us on the screen have to do is tell whether or not it's truth or cap. Travel, truth, or cap. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
All right, let me pick somebody at random. Boop, 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 boop. Nikki, you're up first.
What's up? Okay, so my story is I was a chaperone for a college tour, Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. We took students on a spring break. Went to New York, traveled around lots of different places, visited HBCUs. Got to New York, we had like 70 kids with us. We went to Ellis Island, Lady Liberty, went to a restaurant, and we were about to get on the bus to start driving back south. And the waiter came up to us and was like, "Hey, are y'all missing a student?" We were like, "No, we got all of our kids." And then he was like, "Well, who is this?" Apparently, we left a kid at Ellis Island and was about to just and just leave him there. That was back when they didn't have cell phones, none of that. That's my story. What do you think?
I know this isn't cap.
And that's cap. I say cap.
I don't.
No, I believe it. She said
She said Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship.
Yeah, I said she said Oak Cliff Bible
that's a lie.
Yeah, they was all black. I believe it.
K-Ham says true. Which everybody on the screen says true, except for me.
Y'all say cap?
Okay.
That's true.
I say cap.
You say cap?
It was true.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Oh, yeah, she started out with Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship.
When she said the group she with, I was like, yeah, they left their kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up next? And boom. Ace.
That's me. My senior year of high school, amazingly, they said we're going to go to Disney. And so we're going by bus. So we go from the great state of Pleasant Grove all the way to Orlando, Florida. We had a chartered bus, and then we had like the smaller, I guess, kind of like bus that maybe like a nursing home would have. And we traveled all the way to Orlando. What we didn't know is both of the buses were being hidden because they hadn't been paid for. And so the repo men found us in Florida, and we had to wake up and fist fight by 6 a.m. so they wouldn't take our bus.
Cap. You went way too far, Cap.
Cap says Dre. That's pretty good. All right, up next is that's me.
Y'all want to know if it's true or cap or
no? We good.
we okay.
Or the audience see what they think about
it. Sydney says, "Hey, he's saying too much."
That's because I'm not I have to be professional all day. This is my safe place right here.
Deborah Goodson says, "Period, false, quit, period." Dre says, Ace, that's straight cap. Adrian says, cap. I don't think you have to tell us.
Okay, well,
all right,
wait before you go any further. That is 100% true. 6 o'clock in the morning, Orlando, Florida, high school kids, we throwing down with the repo men because we not finna walk back to Dallas. We got up, went to Disney, and it took us like 2 hours to go to Disney because we were on the highways running from the repo man. That's 8th grade at Spruce High School for you. True story, 100%.
Yeah, my fifth place, I was in Canton, Texas, and I read this story in the newspaper. That was my fifth place. So one time I flew to San Antonio, Texas. This is 2009. I flew to San Antonio, but I was paying for it. It wouldn't work or anything. So when I got to San Antonio, I missed my flight, and so I had to rent a. Remember, sir, I had to rent a car. I drove halfway from San Antonio back to here. I had a flat, and then I called Enterprise Rental Car. I was halfway here, and where was I? Where's Baylor? Is it Waco? Waco. And we had a flat tire. I called Enterprise. Enterprise came and picked up the car, but they did not bring me back a car. After 4 hours, I started walking from Waco back to here, and I had to call my sister, remember, to come and pick me up. She came and picked me up, but by that time, I had already made it like 10 miles outside of Dallas.
Wait, did you have on the same thing before? Had on them. You know what? That's just crazy enough. I'm gonna say true. That's just crazy enough.
Anybody else?
I say
Cat.
I don't know. He had a lot of details.
Yeah.
It might be true.
But then he was like, right, Antoria. Mm-hmm.
Look at her backing her brother up no matter what.
Hey, Help says cap. Sister wasn't helping the story.
He was like co-signing.
Dre changed Dre up.
He changed this to cap. It was false. I'm sorry. I made it up as I was going. I forgot to come up with a story. The host forgot to come up with a story.
I knew because remember Antoria, she was like this.
Hey, but I'm gonna have his back. I'm gonna stand beside my brother. Okay.
I do
Tony
the
Gibson
same thing.
Damn, Dick. Detail means he's telling the tale. All right. I forgot who all. Okay, and here we go. Boop. Yashika, you're up next.
Who keeps the spotlight on me for too long? So I'll tell you our story backstage. So no, I was freshly out of a relationship. It's been a few years ago, and my sister and I were like, we're gonna plan a cruise. I had never had a cruise before, so we get on. It was a Carnival cruise. But I remember we ended up getting off at Cozumel, right? That was our first port. Is that what they call it? I think they call it a port. And so we got off at Cozumel and we went to this little area. It's like a bar area because at the ports they have these different bars and they was having $1 tequila shots. Now me, not much of a drinker. My sister and I throw them back because it's party time, right? We in Mexico. It's party time. Guess who missed the boat? We somewhere sloppy drunk, yo. Those videos, I'm sure there's a video somewhere swirling around. You see them people running after the boat, like they think the boat won't stop. You gonna jump in the water, maybe get up there. Yo, missed the boat. Let me tell you what happens when you miss the boat. You got to find your way back to the next port, which was Yucatan. Yucatan was our next port. Had to ride on this old musty, crusty, hot, Goodson's, Hale, and Deborah, my mama, bus to this like crop dusting like airport it wasn't really an airport. It was like some personal planes that people own because apparently people miss the boats all the time. To get on this boat, I've never been on a more shaky plane. God kept me in all my life. But we made it to Yucatan and the trip ended up being good because we had a nice story to tell.
And I say Cap.
Nah, I say.
It was detailed. So I'm going with Cap.
But her details were rolling. They were true.
I'm saying the $1 the dollar
It's true.
tequila made me believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It was $1.
That's where the story stopped being true.
Oh, you think that's not true? I'll call her right now. That dollar tequila is true.
Yeah, the dollar tequila is true, but
No,
the other part is Cap.
stopped.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's where it stopped, and everything after that was Cap. What is the okay? Here go K Ham. K Ham says true. Okay, Dre says true. What you think, Stephanie?
I think it's true.
Nikki?
I say true.
Yashika?
It's Cap.
That's my girl.
It's Cap.
Like just one detail is Cap.
The dollar tequila shots is real, and I did drink them, but I missed about.
That's where it ended. Okay.
That's good. We have two more, ladies and gentlemen, then we'll get it on. And next up is Stephanie.
Whew, okay. So we were in Miami. I was with a group of friends. It rained the entire time we were there. So we never went to the beach. And it's the last night. And the beach closes at a certain time. And it's after that, but it's not raining. So we're like, hey, we got to go to the beach before we leave. So even though the beach is closed, we go under the little gate. And you can see that the police is patrolling, but they're way down at the other end. And we're like, when we see the lights, we'll just leave when they're coming this way. So we're, having a good old time. We're frolicking in the water. We put all of our stuff, like, those watchtowers, like the lifeguard, little wooden. So we put all of our stuff like right at the base of that. And it's not far from the water. So we're right there in front of the water or in front of it. So we do that for about 10, 15 minutes. We turn back to get all of our stuff. Our stuff is gone. Like all of our stuff is gone. And
oh no.
I'm convinced that whoever stole our stuff they were so close to us. We're like, they're in there. I'm telling the guys that are with us, whoever took our stuff, they're in the watchtower. Like, go up there and get our stuff back. Like, and the dudes are like, no, we don't know who's in there. So they go up there, get in a fight with some homeless dude and get our stuff back. And well, we're assuming he's homeless because why else is he in there in the middle of the night? Like
he's sneaking in like y'all are.
So we're going with homeless now.
And we ran off and
And drum roll, please. K Hamp said whatever K Hamp and Rhonda say. Stephanie,
that's right.
That's where it goes.
Right. Yeah, where we go. And K Hamp says Cap. Nikki, what do you say?
I say true.
True, Antoria?
I'm gonna go with true.
I'm going with Cap. Yashika?
Cap.
Ace?
You confuse me with frolicking in the water, but
you've never seen a frolic. You don't know what frolicking is.
I want the fight with the homeless person to be true, so I'm gonna go true because I want it to be true.
And the story, let's see, I was waiting on the audience, and the story is, Stephanie?
All of it's true except the fight with the homeless person. So all our stuff got stolen. We didn't get it back. One of the guy's pants was he stole a guy's pants. So now he's in South Beach with like his shirt and like briefs. And has to walk through South Beach with no pants on. But all of our purses, our phones, our flight was the next day. We didn't have ID.
Wow.
Any of that. So I'm sorry to disappoint about the homeless man.
I'm sorry.
They were scared. They didn't want to go up into which I don't blame them, but
that made up for it. You said old boy was asked out.
What was that, Nikki?
I want to know how you got back with the whole ID. You didn't have ID. What happened?
They were like, just show us anything with your name and your picture on it or something like that. And luckily I had taken everything out of my main purse and just had a few items. So I showed them like my Top Golf card or in like my insurance card. They just needed 2 things with my name on it, and they had to search my bag like very thoroughly. But other than that, I'm like, it's that easy. I can have anybody because I don't think I had anything with a picture on it.
I thought you were going to say we had one picture from the club. Look, this is us last night.
All right, yo. And finally, who's up next?
Let's see. This actually just happened to us. So we went to Vegas, and on our way back from Vegas, there was a guy that had been drinking because our flight was like 6 o'clock. So on the way back, this guy had been drinking, and I was like, "Oh my God, Chris, I hope this guy is not on our flight." Well, he was. We get on the flight, everything is smooth. He starts acting a fool on the flight. They had to turn us back around and land us back in Vegas to get him off the flight.
Any more details? How was he acting a fool? What was he doing?
He was drunk. Like he was acting a fool with the people on the plane. He wouldn't sit down. They tell him to pull his stuff. You know how they tell you to pull that up? He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't pull down his window. He was just acting up, acting like he just didn't have common sense just to sit there. You know, most people get on the flight, get drunk, they go to sleep. Not him. He was the total opposite.
Probably true.
Yeah.
First time I've heard this story.
Very believable. It's always a crazy drunk person.
Yeah.
True.
First time I've heard this story. I'm going with Cap.
Cap for me for sure.
It was Cap. Actually, there was a guy. He was drunk, but he didn't get kicked off.
Can't help it. Sounds like Spirit of Frontier to me. True.
Actually, Southwest.
That's good. That's good.
That was
all right, y'all. That was a lot of fun. Cap or
I wanted to see what everybody thought. Did y'all want to know whether or not we did leave a student at Ellis Island from South Oakland?
Is that true, dude?
It was true. It was true. We didn't leave them, but that was a true story.
So basically what you're saying is people don't need to let their kids go with the church anymore.
They don't have the same regulations as the school do, I guess.
No.
They just prayed about it.
I know what this taught me, though. What this taught me that we a whole bunch of fibby tellers on this show.
Yes.
And y'all good at it.
And I had to come up with mine on the fly because I was going to do yours, Yashika. And so I literally just thought of something.
Really? Mine was fly, too. I was trying to think, what can I say?
Speaking of fly,
the one uncap I have was not for the viewers.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of fly, Yashika's daddy went to 9/11. They went to New York on 9/11 the day before, actually 9/10, and he had a big meeting at one of the towers. And long story short, she had to come back by herself. Sorry, Yashika.
That's okay.
And so Sydney hit it.
The years.
Once I was checking a bag, and the guy by the counter, he sees my ticket says Nathan, the license says Nathaniel, and he was like, "This is not good." He goes, "These names don't match," and I was like, "But they match, right?" Like, you can see the leap that we took to get from one to the other.
There's that mini interview with the customs agent. What do you plan to do in the country? Murder people? I mean, I wasn't ready for your trick questions.
They did an airline with absolutely no security for people that are in a hurry and willing to take their lives in their own hands. That's what they need. I pay an extra $50 for that shit. They need to call it Risky Airline.
The cleanest country in the world is Japan. The most expensive country in the world is Switzerland. The most dangerous country in the world is Brazil. The safest country in the world is Iceland. The most peaceful country in the world is Norway. The most festive country in the world is Spain. The most romantic country in the world is France. The coldest country in the world is Russia. The hottest country in the world is Kuwait. The richest country in the world is Qatar. The poorest country in the world is South Sudan. The most visited country in the world is France. The most isolated country in the world is Iceland. The most populous country in the world is India. The smallest country in the world is the Vatican. The most modern country in the world is South Korea. The oldest country in the world is Egypt. The most influential country in the world is the United States. The most corrupt country in the world is Somalia. The happiest country in the world is Finland. The saddest country in the world is Afghanistan. And you, which country would you like to visit and why? Comment below. If you're not following, you'll probably never see us again. But if you are, then congratulations. You're growing every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
The people is the best part about traveling. The connections you can make with them. I have some lifelong friendships from people that I've met around the world. A camping trip, ski trip, Thailand, Martha's Vineyard. The people that you meet while you're traveling could just open so many other doors, and that's the best part. I just pulling footage from the archives.
Yeah, I had to go way back. Way back.
Somebody in Afghanistan crying right now. Saddest country in the world.
Welcome back to Rebranders Podcast. Summertime fine is travel time, ladies and gentlemen. We have Antoria Wright and Stefani Ivey on the show with us. Having a good time, y'all. We have some questions I want to throw out there. Go ahead and whistle. Try it again.
That was the best. I didn't learn that in my travels.
You must have learned that in Sudan, the saddest country.
Yeah, you got that from Angelica.
Oh, by the way, Stephanie, that whole 9/11 joke, that's a...
Yeah, I was like...
Okay.
You're like...
Yeah. We cooking on this show. We cooking on this show. Similar to how her daddy did on 9/11. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. Now, would you leave everything behind to travel the world for 1 year?
Definitely. I would. Without a question.
You leave your job, you leave your family.
And I'm gonna put it in the Lord's hands.
Stephanie, you do a lot of traveling.
Oh, go ahead, y'all.
Oh, go ahead, Yashika.
I was gonna say, I have smaller kids, so they would have to come with, or all bets are off.
Okay. Nikki?
I would say yes, and I would send my youngest to spend some time with grandparents and daddy.
Stephanie?
I would. And I've been saying that I'm not taking advantage of my situation right now. Like, I work remote. I don't have kids. I don't have any reason that, everyone goes on these week-long or weekend trips. And I'm like, why have I been limiting myself to these little short trips? I can just go and be gone for however long I want to be gone. And I'm not doing that. So that's something that I plan on doing in the future. I don't know if I could just be gone for just a whole year, straight. But maybe months at a time.
Yeah, that's great.
And,
I think it depends on where you're going, right?
It depends on where you're going, but what if I don't want to? I feel like I'm going to move around. It's not going to be in one location. Maybe that's it. It's not going to be in one location the whole time.
You got a whole year, so you could pop over. Like, if you like this place, I'm gonna stay here longer. I don't like it, I'm gonna move on to somewhere else. If you have that option, then yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ace, what you think?
I couldn't. Y'all be too worried about my kiddos.
Okay. So there was a question that I was asked earlier. It said, what's the difference between vacationing versus experiencing life or a vacation? So what's the difference between vacationing and experiencing? Before we get to that, let me go to the comments real quick. Corey Rouse said, yes, she can do it.
Hey, girl.
He didn't make it through the checkpoint, Chris says. She also said yes. And then Corey also says, I would have to take my kids with me, though, but she could do it. How much money do I have? Tony Goodson says. That's the first thing most people think about. All right, let me go back to that question real quick. What's the difference between vacationing and experiencing? Or is there a difference?
Yeah. That's what we were talking about. Vacationing is you just there on vacation. You went there. Experiencing is when we're talking about you getting out and doing stuff, experiencing what the place have to offer and embracing the culture.
Wouldn't the experience be a part of the vacation? I mean, you can't really go on vacation without experiencing something. And if you're just going on vacation and staying in a hotel, then you can just stay at home. That's not a vacation. That's just, yeah.
Deborah Goodson says 7 days is long enough to be gone.
From your everyday life, but you're still experiencing it. So I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. You're
right.
I think when you vacate something means to get away. Experience means that you're embracing something, means to take in the new. It can go hand in hand, I think, but I think when I can vacate work and just be at home, and there might be experiences at home that I don't normally have on a regular day, but I think vacating is different from experience, in my opinion.
I agree. That's good. Yeah.
All right. Well, since y'all are so, since that was,
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be a real good question. Sydney, it's time to take the next break. We'll be right back with Antoria's top 5. You know, Ace, I may have forgotten to upload your Ace Power Wash. Sorry about that.
That's quite all right.
Hey, Ace Power Wash. If you want your yard power wash, please call 469.
Please don't judge me off of this commercial. I'll tell you that.
We are having very great negotiations with Iran. If Iran doesn't come to negotiate, we're going to bomb them.
2,000 years later.
So where are the Iranians?
This is from Iran.
All right. Then I will extend the ceasefire at Pakistan's request.
I hate when I get to scripture and don't know the text scripture, but in the Bible, I think in the Bible, and it talks about
That's it sound just like you sounded telling that story, didn't it?
Didn't nobody ask you tequila, lady?
Actually, originally the video was supposed to be the Trump video. I wasn't going to play that. Eric Russell sent that to me. It was actually the video of Pete Hegson doing that scripture from Pulp Fiction.
From Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. It would have been
a conviction too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rebranders Podcast. Today, summertime fine and travel. It's travel time. Right now, we want to hear Antoria Wright's top 5 travel locations that she's been to. Antoria, please enlighten us. My big sister goes all over the place, y'all. So I want to know.
I do, but I have 5 places that are kind of different. So one of them is actually just Arkansas, just because me and the kids go and we have a good time 4-wheeling. So it's just really fun. But I love Dominican, Florida. Hawaii was okay. Trying to think of and I really like the Bahamas. I really like being in the Bahamas. Was that 4 or 5?
I think it was 4.
It's 4.
My 5th. New York.
Okay. Honorable mention.
New York City.
Honorable mention. Actually, to be honest, we're good in honor is probably New Orleans, because it's always just a good time. Yeah. Just a good time, yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I like to go to a few places myself. They got this place on the other side of Fort Worth. It's called Springtown. It's a wonderful place. If y'all ever want to take a drive, it's a place that you want to go to. Because I never, you know what, Stephanie, you go everywhere. All of y'all, in fact, go everywhere. Antoria go everywhere. But I do not like flights. Do y'all enjoy the flight?
No. It's just to me. I don't enjoy. You enjoy it, Antoria.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you why though. I drive all day, every day for work. So when I get on a plane, I'm just like, oh, I can drink, I can have a good time, I can watch my movie. All I have to do is be. That's it. And then I'm there. I have a family member that drives to Florida from Texas. There's no way. So yeah, I enjoy the flights.
I'll choose a flight over driving any day. Even I've flown to Houston before. I'm not doing it. That's too much. But I don't enjoy the flight. I don't.
I absolutely hate the I don't like roller coaster rides. I hate them. I hate them. And to me, an airplane flight when you take off is like a roller
That's what it
coaster
is.
ride.
Yes, it is.
I hate it. I can feel the
Yeah, especially when it goes down a little bit.
Yeah, I hate the landing. Yeah.
See, I'm okay with the landing because I know the flight is over. We have a crash landing. I'm okay with that. It's over. I'm not getting back on it. Do people travel to discover the world, or do they avoid their reality?
I say discover the world. I think I'm in a place where I don't want to go anywhere the same anymore. I want to go all different places from now on. So I think it's to discover the world.
Mike Elliott says, I get homesick after about 2 weeks. I guess he couldn't do that whole year thing. Chris Wright says, Grand Turks is his top place. Okay. Rhonda Payne, she says, I just go to sleep on the plane. LOL. See, I can't. I feel every single bump. Everything. When people are talking, I can hear them. I don't want to hear anything that sounds like plane or crash or I can hear all this stuff. I hate it. I'm sorry. Dre Gilbert says, bring me some Pittsburgh hot links from Texas to Florida. Okay? We're gonna drive them over. They'll be spoiled by Thanksgiving. All right, y'all. So I got a couple more questions on here. The next one I have says, what's one place you need to visit before you feel completely fulfilled?
Bora Bora.
I want to go to, the place in Africa where they actually took the slaves over. I've heard people say they've been there and they can feel it. Like they can feel, and I would love to be able to go just to feel that, to see it. Yeah.
I'm the same as you. I'd like to go to Senegal. Most definitely.
Africa, somewhere in Africa, Kenya, like on my bucket list is the Giraffe Manor in Nairobi, where you can feed the giraffes from your bedroom like that. But I also want to do the safaris and go to Tanzania for, so just Africa in general. Yeah.
And the safaris in Africa is just what you think they would, but like 100 times better. Like,
the what?
The safaris are just, and I'm not tooting my own. I'm not trying to brag, y'all, so don't say anything, Ace, because I don't have time for it. My kids, their dad is from Kenya. So we haven't been together forever, but we're very good friends. But he's from Kenya. So my daughter's 9. She's been 8 times. They going again. Well, her 8th time will be next month. They go at the end of the month next month. My son is 12. He's been 11 times for his 11th time. So, but they always do safaris and stuff. And I know I had asked this question last night. What do y'all feel about kids traveling? Do you think that's something that you start them early with traveling and stuff?
Yes.
I was blessed, and they're blessed, not really me, but they're blessed to be able to see the world, because they just don't go straight to Africa. They'll go to Belgium or London or different places, because he do a detour to show them other things.
Girl, you better get that man back.
Right.
I'm ready to drop the ball somewhere.
You better get that man back, girl.
Let me tell you something.
Don't use any cuss words on this.
I was gonna whisper it to her. I was not gonna say it in front of everybody.
I'm gonna answer your question here in a little bit, Yashika. Antoria K-Ham says, I highly recommend visiting Africa in general. I'm glad I was able to do it, and I felt connected to the land. Chris Wright says, I felt the Underground Railroad feeling me when he was in Memphis. Okay.
No, there's a Memphis trip that he and I went to that has the house on there that is one of the first houses on the Underground Railroad, and they walk you downstairs under it, and they cut the lights off, and you feel all the energy.
Tony Goodson says Spain, Greece, Japan, and Italy. I think the one place I need to absolutely go, y'all, is El Paso, Texas. They say
Alamo and El Paso.
No, that's San Antonio.
He didn't make it to San Antonio because of was that story true? The flat tire on the way?
No, that's nothing's true. I've been to Arkansas a couple times. I've been
Get out.
Anthony.
I'm like, I've been around,
El Paso, Texas.
All right, y'all. We've had a really good show. I'm gonna throw another question out there. Stephanie, stay on afterwards for a minute or two, if you don't mind. First, LOL from Dre. Let me throw another question. I'm just looking randomly. Let's see. Have I asked this one? What's one place? I've done that one. Here's another question. What's a culture that made you rethink your own habits?
Ooh.
A culture that you I've never left. In all truth, I've never left the United States before, so I don't know any cultures, but the places I've gone to here. And one thing I will say, as y'all think, and Nikki, I think you can speak to this for sure. The first time I went to Chicago, I went with Antoria, my big sister. We went to Chicago, and we saw a hustle unlike any other. Like people on the street selling. I mean, we've been to New York, we've been all these, but in Chicago, they hustled. They didn't have any kind of fear. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen before. And it kind of gave me a little bit of energy as far as when I got back home, way back whenever we first went. So that was kind of cool. But what's a culture that made you rethink your own habits?
Well, I want to lean in on that. To your point, when I moved to Chicago, I remember being at a function. It was like a ladies' night. We were all getting together, like a little house party. And we were all sharing, and I rethought my own habits because everybody was sharing their side hustle. And I was looking around like, well, dang, I ain't got no side hustle. And I was like, oh, let me get me one real quick. But yeah, everybody is just, they got that hustle mentality. Yeah.
Dude walked up to me. He said, man, you need some socks? Man, I got some socks for you. Like, who sells socks on the street? And he had a suit on and everything. I'm like, okay, socks, that's the going. And he looked like maybe he was a pharmaceutical sales rep by day, but he, sold socks on the side by night, and they were nice socks. It wasn't like those Walmart socks.
He need a brick and mortar, socks and rocks.
Pharmaceutical
socks,
that's
but
good.
I also got a bucket full of rocks. Where you are? What's up?
All right, Sydney, it's about that time.
Hey, yo, Ace, who we got on the show next week?
I'm glad you asked. So we're gonna keep it in the spirit of friends. We'll actually be it's actually gonna be a debate on why everyone feels that midgets make the best friends, and we'll be discussing because they'll never look down on you.
KM says Germany and Africa made me rethink my habits. They don't believe in using air conditioning like we do in the States. Nah.
It made me have to rethink how long I was staying.
Yeah.
You gotta rethink what deodorant you're gonna use, that's for sure. Yashika's on you.
Yo, there's not a lot of it. Real quick, Stephanie, I don't know if you would agree. I would say the American culture makes you rethink your habits because when you go to other places, you realize that a lot of what we go through is first world problems. It really is not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if you feel that way, but it makes you look at the world like what you get in America. It makes you, at least, even though we got Helen's uncle at the White House, it still makes you understand. Even with that, we're living a better life than a lot of other people, other places that you go.
Yeah.
I bet
Especially the islands, when you go somewhere like the Bahamas or just any other islands and you leave the resort.
It's terrible.
Or just getting to the resort and you see the way that they live and we're just going there just to have a good time and they're struggling. That definitely is eye-opening.
I bet that Chicago sock guy can make a killing in Africa.
Oh.
Kind of the opposite of what y'all saying about Chicago. For me, it was the opposite in Spain. Like just the way that they have their siestas, everything shuts down in the middle of the day. And it's like they have this boundary that work is not everything. Like our time with our family is more important. And it kind of changed the way that I view life. Because back then when I went to Spain, I was working the long hours, overtime, weekends, every day of the week. And now I'm like, I'm not trying to climb anybody's corporate ladder. I value my freedom and flexibility. If I'm not going to be able to travel and just really like leave work behind, I don't want it. So yeah, Spain really changed my outlook.
That's cool.
Preach it.
Very cool. Yashika's on you.
Ace, I wish you would. Let's start there. I really do. I've been waiting. 2, who we got on the show next week?
Yashika, thank you for asking. Next week, we're going to be talking about a little bit of mental health. I found a great group of guys that we're going to find a unique experience. We'll be talking to schizophrenic race car drivers, giving a new name to the Fast and the Furious. The silence says it all. Y'all like it.
You get a 0 from me. Terrible.
See, Antoria, you gotta come back because I don't get it either.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Schizophrenic race car driver, Fast and Furious.
I mean, I get it.
That's hilarious.
We get it. It's just not funny. Like 0.
Well, guess what? That's why my paycheck doesn't come from a comedy firm. I'm a hospice marketer.
K Help says he gives you a 9.
Because they get it.
It's like wah.
Your biggest fan gives you a 5. Too bad Helen wasn't on here. I needed Helen tonight. Chris Wright says Hawaii, when they ask you to buy something or try to do something and you say no, they say no problem. Everywhere else we went. That's cool. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, anyway, thank y'all all for being for watching the show, and of course to our guests, Antoria Wright and Stefani Ivey. We appreciate y'all. Definitely, Stefani, you got the shirt, which means you got to come back and use it again.
For my homemade shirt.
Be sure not to go anywhere. But anyway, y'all, thanks a million for being on the show once again. Next week we got a great show. We have Courtney Burley. She's going to be on the show. She's going to tell you how to make money. It's summertime fine and money time or something. But she's going to be talking about that next week. And now you can figure out how you can pay for those trips. See y'all next week.
I need a reverse damn button.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we can look at our kids and actually tell them the truth when we told them they can achieve anything they want to achieve.
Much rather know who you are than you being an undercover, and I don't know.
Boy, let me tell you, I ain't never watched a movie so many times.
Oh my God.
I was motivated in 2008. 2026, I'm not so motivated anymore.
You know what I don't like? Every time I say I've never seen something, I always get this.
Yeah, because it's shy.